How much does your life weigh? Imagine for a second that you're carrying a backpack. Now, I want you to pack it with all the stuff that you have in your life. You start with the little things, the things on shelves and in drawers, the knickknacks. You start adding larger stuff, clothes, tabletop appliances, lamps, your TV. Backpack should be getting pretty heavy now. You go bigger. Your couch, your car, your home. I want you to stuff it all into that backpack. Sharks.
In this movie, you hold your own against George Clooney really well, and you have to put him in check a few times. What was that like for you?
In a way, it was sort of a release of all the kind of pent-up things that I've ever wanted to say to anybody that I never got to. You know, if you get to yell at George Clooney on a boardwalk in a film, it's quite cathartic. Yeah.
In the movie, your job is to fire people. It's what you love doing for some reason. What was that like for you to actually have to fire all those people?
I mean, you know, I was working with J.K. Simmons and Tamala Jones, and you know, they made me feel so much. They're so talented, and it made it really easy to get kind of emotional and feel like I understood what Natalie was going through and facing. You know, the idea that she's not just dealing with statistics, but she's dealing with people and what that means to her and how that's going to affect what she does with the rest of her life.
I was reading that one of the people that you actually had to fire recently just lost her job.
Well, I didn't actually have to fire her, but she, there was an extra that I was sort of sitting across from, and we were just doing a scene where I didn't actually have to fire her, but you know, that's essentially what I was meant to be doing in the scene, and that was bizarre. And I was trying to ask her about, you know, how they did it, and she said like an HR rep did it, and you know, I was sort of looking for some kind of, you know, tips or something, but you know, obviously it's her life and it's her story, and you know, I didn't want to kind of use that for my own benefit.
Yeah. There's a really funny scene in the movie where you're singing karaoke, you're wasted, but you're actually a Tony Award nominee. So what was that like for you to have to like kind of scale it back a little?
I mean, it was silly and fun. I mean, it's tricky. It's not like the most difficult thing in the world, but it's tricky. You know, trying to sound like you're giving it your all, and you think you sound great, and you don't. And Jason just kept telling me to sound drunker and drunker. So I hope I pulled that off.
The slower we move, the faster we die. Make no mistake, moving is living. Some animals were meant to carry each other, to live symbiotically over a lifetime. Star-crossed lovers, monogamous swans. We are not swans. We're sharks.